I just want y'all to know the reason why it makes so much sense for me to do this the way I'm doing this, because I know what it feels like to be lost out here. You know what I'm saying? What up, Turo? You already know. Blue skies, baby. But it's like, not even just my own story, bro. I'm seeing kids go through the same thing. I'm seeing people 2 times, 3 times my age doing the same thing, like going through the same thing. And it's like, why? Why? A lot of times it's, people got the selfish little reasons, or they feel some type of way. Shout out to my guy, Turo, dropping them stars on me. Because we live right now. This ain't none of this pre-recorded. So, once again, I appreciate everybody who support Chubb Studios, Chubb Inks, Chubb the Artist, Chubb Raps, Chubb Flying Blue Skies, and all the different entities the artistic entrepreneur has become as Chubb. But this all lead back to this crazy motorcycle accident I had. Lo and behold, 2 months before my son was born. That's what make this story stick to me the way it do, because so much happened at once. So once again, it's called The Truth for My Son. Because whenever he sit down and actually listen, without trying to interject, without trying to respond or debate on what really happened, because he wasn't there to know what happened. So everything that he's taking in is from one side or the other. But when you got somebody trying to pound their side into you for as long as they have been, sometimes it don't matter what the other side say. But me being me, I always try my best to do the right thing, keep my nose clean, try not to get in no trouble, because I see how hard other people have been trying to make that happen for me. And it's crazy. It be your own blood. Be your own blood. But if you have been tuning in, to the last couple Truth for My Sons, I've been dropping receipt after receipt, recording after recording of how I not only had to be a father, but had to deal with a whole lot of obstacles that I really feel were unnecessary in my pursuit to be a father for my child. And it's like, you got people fighting twice as hard to be kids, to be fathers to kids that ain't there sometimes. But it's because they put in that effort, they put in that time, they put in that work. But if you don't know from the outside looking in, or you just tuning in, or you got pulled into the middle, it's like you don't know the absolute truth. You don't know the absolute truth unless you know both sources, And most people who know both sources, meaning me and these other people who making all these outlandish allegations, most people are like, man, Chubb, that don't sound like you. That don't sound like your character, man. That don't sound like something you would do. And I'm like, bro, you right. You right. I wouldn't do stuff like that. They making this stuff, like they trying to over-exaggerate things to get me in trouble, all because they want to have the power to say, do it again, I'll call the police on you. Do it again, I'll call the police on you. Remember the last time I get you locked up? Yeah, like, for real? You want that type of power? I am grateful God made me disciplined enough not to fall for that. And this is why I am telling the truth for my son and anybody else who needs to hear my story. Because I'm seeing kids, grown men go to jail, killing each other, doing a loved one in because they don't know how to navigate these people playing with their emotions. And the more I sit back and I do listen to y'all who do call me and try to communicate with me and ask me like, Chubb, what's up? Why you got it? Why you feel it? You gotta handle it this way? Cause bro, I know how I feel. I know how I feel to be wanting to try to be a father to your child, and you got a bunch of people trying to make it hard. I know how I feel for the baby mama to make it hard. I know how I feel for my own mama to make it hard. And now, since I've been, you know what I'm saying, unveiling so much of this truth, y'all starting to see how hard it been. And then some of my people be like, but Chubb, you putting too much people in your business. Bruh. If y'all know how much people that I've been pulling in my business, you'll understand why I got to do it at this level. Because, boy, since my child turned 5, I ain't had no real relationship due to the interference that was created by other people being pulled into my relationship, into my life. But that's what y'all don't see. I had to live it. I had to live it. So don't ever feel like you can actually tell me how to navigate this situation unless you had to deal with it yourself. Because I know a lot of stories where people say, bruh, yeah, the child mama kept the child away from me, but we figured it out. We built a better bond. Cool. Or the granny kept the child away from me, and, you know, we had to figure it out. We built a better bond. Boom. But when you got both sides working, how do you navigate that? And ain't neither side trying to work with you. Because at the end of the day, they don't care. They just want to see you lose. And I had to figure that out real early. Because if not, I done seen too many people fall for the same playbook. I done seen too many people go to jail and be screaming, bro, I'm innocent, man. They making this stuff up. And it's like, and I see it on both sides. I see females go through it too. Where you got a man who got the money and the power to make things happen, or make people move in his favor. But I also know how it feels for that woman to cry for help, and, you know, people come running in trying to do everything they can to help this woman that seems like she really is in danger. But then what if it's false? What if it was all created? What if they lying about this? That make it worse, right? Because that means it's not true. I mean, you playing with people's emotions. That means you trying to manipulate people to get them to do what you want them to do because you mad. I just want y'all to know real soon, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to give y'all the full play of how all of this happened, moment by moment. But before we get there, I gotta kind of bring it back to y'all backwards, because if you don't come in with some of this foundation when I really start presenting the facts and just telling you what happened, because some of this stuff that go back to 2012, 2013, I don't have that type of documentation because I was just figuring this out. So that's when y'all really just gonna have to take my word on what really happened. But for me, it's memory. It's memory. Just like if y'all heard what I talked about when I was on the other side and I told y'all that motorcycle accident killed me 3 times over. That's memory. That's memory. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I share these recordings with y'all, that's memory. And I do it once a week because, as I said from the beginning of all of this, it is way too much for me to try to drop all this information at one time. I can't do it. It's way too emotionally taxing. It's way too much information to try to understand. I will be here for at least 12 hours trying to divulge all of the information that I had to document, scoop up, and stay on top of so I don't go to jail. And when you put it together like that, that's a lot on its own. We ain't factor in that motorcycle accident that happened May 8, 2007, where the same young man broke both legs, his left arm, fractured his right ankle, punctured his left lung, had a collapsed right lung, been in a comatose for a week and a half, and had to learn to walk all over again. But then the combination of you not even understanding that your biological mother is out here digging in your pocket because she don't see you hurt. She see this as an opportunity to prey on the fact that you're not paying attention to what she's doing, and hopefully you will stay docile enough so you don't ever look behind the curtain to understand what's really going on. And I watch how that turned toxic and violent within a matter of seconds when that person felt like they couldn't keep the veil over my eyes no more. And what's scary is I'm seeing kids and other adults having similar situations still happening right now. Sitting in my tattoo chair talking to me. Telling me, yo, bro, did you know I just had to deal with It's like, what? You too? Bruh. Yeah, man. I gotta tell you how I had to navigate mine, because they almost get me. They almost get me, bruh. But then again, whenever my son see this, I hope you paying attention. Because, boy, when they ready, they gonna get you. And I already know they done try to get you. You know why? Because they done called me. Matter of fact, I'm going to give y'all a treat today. I'm going to let y'all hear that one conversation where they kicked my child out of their house and was chasing him to the best friend mama house. And it's like, why y'all calling me? He's supposed to be running away with y'all, right? Y'all wanted him, right? Y'all wanted him to do all this crazy stuff to his father until his daddy was like, nah, bro, I'm done. You go ahead. You want to run these streets? Go do you. Go do you. Go figure it out now. You an adult. Go ahead. You know, because I tried. Police, DSS, man, I went to courts. I tried to do this the right way in every which way possible. That's why I have court documents. That's why I got police reports. That's why I got police body cam footage. I got footage of him in the backseat of the car, huffing and puffing and sitting there playing into the lie with his auntie and uncle who out there because my child's mother called them. When you in a whole nother state, but you trying to play like you playing guardian for our child, when I'm the custodian. But then we learn it was all this even sicker game to just make him mad at his daddy. Because I got the text messages when I confiscate the phone that I bought for him. Y'all got to hear this. Because this is the phone call that I get when I'm out with my queen trying to just chill, trying to have life. And all of a sudden, next thing I know, it's like, whoa, what's going on? You know? I was like, bro, ain't no way y'all out here bugging and chasing him. You know? I said, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Where we at? Right here. Because not only did I have to do all of that, bro. If y'all understand the amount of work that we tried to put in trying to keep things together for him. But most people don't care about that. They just care about what works best for them. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care who they hurt. Where is it called? I think it's on that phone. Now I think about it. What is this? I guess my social services card.
it fine if me and Darrell come by tomorrow so we can get my ID?
Where you gonna get your ID, son?
So I can get my work check.
What do you plan to do with this check, son?
Cash it. That's why I need my ID, so I can cash it. And I have another work check I haven't cashed yet, but I need my ID. And I need you to call the bank so I can pay for the $50, because it wasn't nothing about Amazon. It had overloaded with gas when I was putting in Donna's truck, and the money was in there, but they had took out some food earlier. So, and I tried to unlock it, but they said my number wasn't on it no more. So you would have to unlock it so I can pay it back.
Oh, son, I know what you did as far as depositing 2 checks. Especially the check that you previously already deposited from October 24th.
Yeah, I know that one.
Huh?
I said, I know that one.
So why did you do that when you knew that wasn't right?
I don't know.
This is why your account is closed, son. Like, that's fraud.
But I'm just asking because I'm trying to get my ID.
You gotta communicate that with that social worker first before I put that in your hand. So call them first thing tomorrow and then communicate with them.
I don't have no one's number.
Darrell has it.
Okay. That phone call was him calling me to get his ID because I knew he was committing fraud with the checking account that I just opened for him. And it's not even just this time. There was moments before this where I was trying to address this with his mother. And she knew about it. She knew about it. I got the text messages to prove it and all. And it's like, I sent her a message and I said, yo, do not open any accounts for him because he's misusing his accounts. She sends me a message back and say, oh, I've been trying to open it and it wasn't working. But them churn been doing the same thing on one of my accounts. And I tell them that's not right because they get my accounts closed. And I'm like, well, if you know your kid's doing this, why are you allowing him to do the same? Who's up? But that's not the one. This conversation that continues literally gives so much more context on what was really going on. So once again, we're going to go back to January 4th, 2022, because yo, what y'all don't know, that's a 5-hour conversation in total. You say, what, Chubb? I'm going to say that again. 5 hours. This young lady did not want to get off the phone with me. For whatever reason, I don't know, don't care. I was trying to focus on what was best for my child. And since this is the one time that I could listen to her tell the truth, and the reason why I felt like she was going to tell the truth, she called me. And so when you go back to last week's recording, where I tell her and I tell my child's grandmama, my mama, leave my son alone. I just won custody for a second time. Please let him be a child, okay? Leave him out of this legal custody stuff because, baby mama, you don't know what's going on. You have clearly said that multiple times. You don't know what's going on. You get pulled in it because the person who knows what she's doing, my mama, is literally using you to keep my child away from me. I bring all of this to your attention after I win custody a second time. You know why? Because you go on social media, baby mama, and you literally start posting that, oh my God, the judge just made us give my child to his abusive father. And I'm like, what? Why would you put that on social media? And that's not why the judge tell you to give me my son. The judge saw that my mother was lying. She was moving like she had more power than the courts. And I presented that to the court with my lawyer, which is why I have expedited orders. But once again, she answers a lot of that in this conversation. And I'm not going to talk no more. I'm going to just let y'all listen. Because this is like another... Because we got a ways to go. But I'm going to start first. But when she literally calls me back after this conversation, like I said, go back to the last week and you will hear why I tell her. And I call her.
Yes, sir.
So,
All right.
January 4th, 2022, right? The same day she called me back. And this is what she says.
Hello.
Chubby,
Yeah.
this thing is really kind of bothering me, so I just need to, I ain't trying to do well on the path, but now that we done brought it up, it's like really got me thinking. So if whatever I did to you in the past, please, I'm asking for forgiveness. Whatever I did, can you please forgive me?
What's done is done. I'm trying to move forward.
I understand that. Well, why you gotta be so hard?
I guess y'all feel like I'm being hard the way I talk, but I talk with a lot of sternness and people take that as me being hard. No, like, what's done is done. Like, I have to be hard for me because I was destroyed as a person in more than one way. So I gotta be hard, as you would call it. But it's not towards anybody or no type of animosity. It's just, this is how I handle things. Nothing more, nothing less.
Right.
So if you feel like you asking for forgiveness, like I said, what's done is done. I ain't dwelling on it.
I understand that, but it's like when people need kind of like closure a little bit, you know, another person will be like, yes, I forgive you, or I don't forgive you. But for you to just say was...
And then I have to pick up on that conversation right here.
It's like...
What you mean? Wait. Huh? When I run out the room?
Yeah, so when I woke up from my coma, when I woke up from my coma, you said, I can't do this right now. I think this is really him. And I was like, what is she talking about? And you walked out. And then Lula jumps up and she was like, Chubby, calm down. And I was like, what's going on? Why my name on the TV? Why my name on the TV? Why I can't move my leg?
Right.
Why I can't move my arm? What's wrong? What happened? Everybody, Chubby, calm down. I'm trying to get up. Get off me. Get off me. Let me up. Why am I in the hospital? Chubby, calm down. Your back's still broken. And all I could do was cry.
Oh my God.
Now, in that moment, you weren't there. You said, how, like, I can't do this right now. This is really him. And in that moment, I couldn't figure out what you were talking about until I fully woke up. And I was like, damn, she couldn't see me come back like this. Now, I understand you were there throughout the accident here and there. I don't know fully what was going on in that time.
Not here and there the whole time. What you mean?
Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you what you did or you didn't do when I was in my coma. That's what I'm telling you. I don't know.
Okay.
But I do know in that moment where I woke up, that's what was said. That's what I woke up to. So then for everything else to transpire after the fact is what was like, wow, like this where we at? I thought we was better than this. And then for you to fight me when I saw the text message after you made the comment, because in reality, I didn't give no fucks about what else you had in your phone until you made that comment. Don't go digging. And I'm like, why would you say that?
Word.
Like, I feel like you're telling on yourself. So I went digging. And then for me to see the messages from Fred and Jarrell, and I'm like, wow, these are people I know. Wow. And then when I asked you about it,
People we both knew.
you're right. These are people we both knew. But I didn't know you was on the same level like that with them. That's what threw me through a loop. So for me, as now being fresh out of a motorcycle accident and trying to figure out what's going on, it's like, wow, this where we at now. And then for you to put your hands on me while I was hurt, I was really like, damn, that's where we at now. So my conclusion to you is, you dead to me. You ain't nothing but the mother to my child. Because you treated me like I was dead to you. For you to put your hands on me while I was hurt. Because you could have paralyzed me. Like, you punched me in my back, you mugged me in my head, and slapped your phone out my hand. And then blame it on me. And I'm like, damn, that's where we at. And I told you this when I was leaving. I'm going to get better. Like, you're doing me wrong right now, and I'm going to get better. Whatever, Chubby. Get out my house. Damn. So I can't see my son? Get out my house, Chubby.
That's how it started. That's how it started.
That's what I remember. And then that's when you ended up hooking up with AJ. And I'm like, damn, you know this nigga too? I know that nigga too.
Yeah, but I've been knew him since I was like 13, 14.
Right.
And I knew all the other people way before you also.
Right. But it's just the way how you had handled things.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, aside from us knowing these people from our past, because I know AJ since I've been 9 years old too. You feel me? I know him, all his sisters, they used to stay in Pinewood when I used to live on Woodside. You feel me? They used to stay in the trailers.
Yeah, in the Pines.
I know him, his sister, all of them. I grew up with all of them. We all went to Ladson together. We went to Bernie together. But that wasn't the shit that hurt me. It was the way things were handled. You feel me?
Right.
So as far as forgiveness, you got forgiveness. But like I said, I never forgot. And I still can't forget. Because in reality, that had to build me up to who I am today. Because of the things that transpired with you and Lula, it made me so much stronger as a person. And I had to fight for that. And ain't nobody could take that from me.
What you mean transpired between me and Lula?
Just the way how things were handled from you, and then the transition to Lula doing what she did. Right. Because I never thought that my mother would steal from me and then lie to me while evicting me and separating me from my child, so that way she can do her selfish deeds while still throwing our son under the bus. Because in reality, that's who kept D'Angelo from you, not me. It was her. So for the whole conversation of...
She used to always bring him to me. And
right. She was manipulating the situation from the start. She would bring him to you without me because she was keeping me out the picture. She wanted to make it look like she was doing all the work.
Right, because she said you didn't want me to see him at all.
Right. When the day I'm telling her I want him to see his mama, it's the way you handle it in Lula.
Right.
My exact words with her were, I don't care if he see his mama. I want him to see his mama more. I want you, Ann. I want you, Lula Mae. Stop doing what you're doing with my son without letting me know that's my child, not yours.
Right.
So what you saying, Chubby? What you saying? You don't want to see his mama? That is not what I'm saying. Stop trying to put words in my mouth. I'm asking you to stop doing things with my child. Stop it. I don't care if he see his mama. I want you to stop doing what you're doing. I've been talking to you for the last 2 years. Stop doing things with my son without letting me know. Stop dropping him off to people's house and I don't know where he at.
I don't know. She playing a sneak game.
This is Lula doing, okay? Not mine. That's why I'm so pissed off. Because this is my own fucking mother.
I didn't understand why you were so angry with her.
This is why. Because I've been trying to talk to all y'all. But y'all would rather believe her because she my fucking mama.
It's not that obligated. Because I know that she can manipulate and lie about some things now. I know this for a fact.
So this is why I'm telling you.
A couple of things about a bunch of stuff.
Right. And I promise you, majority of that shit ain't true. I promise you. Because I can show you evidence of the things that I'm proving and the things that I speak on. I'm the type of person to do research. I'm the type of person to cover my ass. I'm the type of person that want to know the truth. I go to the source. So if I got a problem, I'm going to talk to you. If I got a problem with her, I'm going to talk to her. I ain't got no problem communicating with nobody that I got a problem with. Because if we got a problem, let's find out if we can make a solution. Because I ain't trying to be looking over my shoulder with nobody.
Right.
So I'm telling you here now, it was never me keeping our son from you. It was always Lula. It's the same person who lying to our child right now. The same person who just literally told me that if my son ain't using the Nintendo Switch to take it back to her house, how fucking petty can you be? When I know it's Lula who's telling him these things. I couldn't even have a decent conversation with her yesterday without her talking in circles around her own lies. And when I confront her, and I asked her, she was, people talking. Her exact words to me after I said, no, it ain't people talking. I was upset that I found out that my mother was stealing from me, evicted me, and separated me from my child. And her response, oh, well, you know, I put that stuff behind me. How the fuck?
Wow. I thought Leon was the one that...
Leon set up the paperwork, but she's the one who conducted everything. From the point to where she was taking D'Angelo, from the point to where she lied to you and hid the fucking tags on my truck and was hiding my keys so I couldn't go nowhere, from the point to where she lied to Leon to hold me and withstand me in my own room so she could take my son and lie to you.
That's what really happened.
So the day after Thanksgiving, when all this played out, is very fresh in my mind.
For real.
Because I never forget the day when my son was forcefully pulled from me and taken elsewhere without my consent because she wanted to do what she wanted to do. And then had the audacity to come scream at me about what she does for me while still simultaneously hiding my fucking license to talk about you. I ain't got no reason to talk about Lula. Like, it hurts my feelings that I can't take my son to Miami to look at a mural that my people's made. And he bring up, well, my mama been born in Florida too. I'm trying to talk to you about us. What your mama got to do with this conversation, son?
Right.
Well, I'm just saying she been born here too. What? I was born in Miami. We in Miami. Your mama born in Kissimmee. What you talking about?
Right.
And then you get quiet. But in reality, it's underlying anger. Like, you mad at me. And I hate to say it, when it comes to the real underlying truth about D'Angelo's situation, that whole situation with the lynching, and you bringing Anaya and D'Angelo to me, I don't bring that to him.
At my front door.
I don't tell him the ugly truth. I just tell him your mom ain't there right now. Right now, you with me.
I told them.
No, you didn't.
I let them know.
So, I ain't got no reason to lie to him. If I tell him the truth, I tell him the whole truth. I've been fighting for you while I was fresh out my motorcycle accident.
Right.
I ain't had no reason to deal with nobody else because all I can focus on is my pain and my son.
That's it.
Because not everybody can deal with 2 broken legs, a broken arm, and a broken back and walk away from it. I watch people kill themselves behind things like this. And look at what I become. So I'm trying my hardest to show my son that he don't have to go down the wrong road. That's why it bothered me so much to see him throw up gang signs. And for him to make that comment of, oh, well, they're the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, you don't realize how much he flipping the switch?
He says a bunch of negative stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
I see him from saying that. He does that a lot. And I don't know where he
get it from Lula.
But that is crazy. I was like, listen, we don't do that negativity stuff over here.
He get that.
So, you catch all that, right? Right. I hope y'all catch all that. Cause see, like, that right there, just a taste of what I already had to debut before, right? And you can hear that on the previous one. That's actually on the one where I start dropping the facts. And I'll make sure I tag that video in here for y'all. But I feel like we need to go ahead into part 2 because it's so much more information that she literally just keeps telling me. So I'm gonna go to part 2 to the same conversation. It's like an hour into the conversation, okay? It's like I said, it's 5 hours long. We're gonna start what's officially called part 2 of this conversation.
To be cordial with you, and I'm just trying to wipe Lula off.
Hold on before we get there, because I want y'all to hear.
They ain't just, oh, they got TV and they got video games and we can. So for me to see the truth and then to hear the truth, it was like, wow.
Left her there and come back and beat her.
Okay, yeah.
And whenever I bring that up, you can't never give me a straight answer. And then when I confront you yesterday, all you can say is, I put that behind me.
All right, so I'm going to pick up in the part 1 where she was talking about how my grandmother, her mama supposedly was tying her to the bed and was beating her and leaving her for the brother and sister them to just kind of watch her get beat up. And then there was even more to this story told to other people claiming that she had people raping her and her grandmama was just allowing this to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, why is she telling people that outlandish story? But once again, my child mother confirms that this is a story that's being told to people because she had to ask me. But here, that's where we gonna start at, and then we're gonna push into part 2.
Let me tell you the real truth. To hear you tell my
right here,
you decipher how to deal with new people in your world. So that's why I say, once he turned 18, you tell him whatever.
Right.
Because then he can decide for himself how he needs to handle things accordingly. And he can make his own decisions a lot better. But when you are a child, you are a lot more impressionable. I used to hate my grandmama because of my mother.
Who, Dot?
Yeah.
this part right here.
I used to hate Dot because of the lies Lula used to tell us. Oh, Dot, the reason why you were born in Miami, Chubby, because Dot gave me up for adoption and she came back to get me for child support. What? That's an evil person, mama. I hate her. And you tell me this as a child. And then you continue to tell other stories to your other children.
So was that one about her tying her to the bed and beating her?
No. And her sisters can confirm that.
Big
You
fact.
serious?
Hold on, repeat that again. You said
What?
getting tied to the bed and beating her?
Left her there and come back and beat her.
No, bro. No, bro. For me to get the confirmation from her big sister and her little sister of the truth, I'm telling you.
She said that all of them watched her.
No, bro.
They did not help her.
Let me tell you the real truth. The real truth was Lula May used to be a runaway just like Donetta.
That's it, right there.
When they said that, it hit me so hard. And I was like, that's why she can't handle Netta. Because that...
I'm going to pause right there for a second. I want to tell you about that moment. When I say it hit me hard, y'all, if y'all know me from elementary, middle school, high school, I've been always running behind my little sister, busting heads because people playing with her and she having sex way too early. And I'm like, man, what to do? Why you ain't doing nothing about this, mama? And when they said what they said, it was like, that's you. That's why you couldn't handle that. That used to be you. And that's when they started telling their stories about how, oh boy, you know, Ann used to do this and Ann used to do that. And boy, you know, my mama had to do this to her and had to do that. And it's like, boy, she was out here doing blah, blah, blah. And then, oh yeah, when the eviction happened, oh yeah, all kind of stories started coming from the streets. The streets started talking to me like crazy. Everybody had a story about how Ann or Lula Mae move with people and how they do what she do or how she do what she do about money. And I was like, wow, bro, like. Anyway, back to the combo.
That's her.
That's her.
That's her. So for me to see the truth and then to hear the truth, it was like, wow.
Yes, it was.
Because when it came to Netta, I'm the only person who could tame that monster.
She been there multiple
I've been
times.
fighting for Netta since before we moved to the making. And I've been fighting Netta since we got to the making. And the real reason she can't handle Netta, because that's her. That's what she used to do. So what I'm telling you, stop listening to Lula. Careful of what you intake from that woman. And I promise you, anything she claimed that we say or do, she lying. Because I ain't got time to talk about nobody. I got bigger things to do. I trying to build multiple businesses. I trying to expand on an international level with my tattoo and my international game of graphic design.
Word.
And this whole crypto world thing.
Word.
Like, I do this. I travel the world for real.
For real.
So me talking about people I know don't help me.
Big facts.
So I ain't got no reason to talk. Because that's not going to help my situation.
At all.
And you hearing it from the source. So anytime you hear anything else, I'm telling you right here and now, ask me.
For real.
Call me.
All day.
Don't take in nothing from Lula and say, yeah, girl, nothing. No.
For real.
Let me call Chubby right now.
There you go.
Me ask him.
I could have killed all that. All that.
This is crazy.
But you went right back and did the exact opposite.
This the ugly truth when it comes to all of that. I don't know how you want to take and handle it, but I'm telling you what it is.
Right?
And this is why I have to move the way I move.
For real.
That's why it sounds hard. Because it was hard for me to get past that demon. And I'm talking about a person who went hard to destroy my name. And to even wish death upon me in more than one way. And it's sad that I have to tell my own auntie. It's sad that I tell my own auntie that I believe that that woman would watch me die and cry at my funeral and act like ain't nothing happened.
For real. For real.
And she said, Chubby, don't say that. That's your mama. I said, no, you ain't see what that woman capable of yet.
That part.
And it took for these last 6 months for them to see her for who she truly is.
For real.
And it was like, wow, Chubby, I didn't know she was that devious. She
no
was lying
idea.
us since 2012. Wow. Wow. That's why you ain't been talking to us, Chubby? Wow. That's why you ain't been dealing with nobody? Wow.
Duck off.
Because if I can't trust my mother, who can I trust?
For real.
Right.
But back to us, like I said, what's done is done. I can forgive, but I can't forget. I try not to dwell on that. Now, you have your memories, I have mine. And whenever my son is of age and he asks me, I tell him the truth. But right now, I ain't telling him shit. Because in my mind, he is still a child. And that's why it bothers me so much when I have to come back with him in a conversation. I can't conversate with him without him underlyingly talking under me because he thinks he know more than I do because of the things that are being fed to him.
Right.
So when he tell y'all, oh, my daddy this and my daddy just won't hit me. No, that's a lie. Because I talk to you. I communicate with you. You only get to the part to where I tap that ass. And then you mad.
But why you don't beat him with a belt? Why you not?
I'm trying not to. Because if I put a belt on his ass, he going to feel more than just pain. His feelings going to be way more. You think he know more than I do.
I want y'all to hear that part again.
Because of the things that are being fed to him.
Right.
So when he tell y'all, oh, my daddy this, and my daddy just won't hit me. No, that's a lie. Because I talk to you. I communicate with you. You only get to the part to where I tap that ass. And then you mad.
But why you don't beat him with a belt? Why you not?
I'm trying not to. Because if I put a belt on his ass, he going to feel more than just pain. His feelings going to be way more than hurt. But I'm not.
And that's how all that other stuff evolved. But we're going to get back to this.
I'm not punching him. I'm not swinging on him.
No.
I'm not hitting him hard. I am stinging him with the tip of my fingers.
I have to.
That is it.
That's it.
I am trying my
taking
best
that
not to
belt.
wear his ass out.
Yeah, and I
I
have
am
to.
trying. And you telling me I should take the belt. Now, listen to what you're saying. I should take the
I'm
belt.
telling you because that's how, like, if I was get out of
Listen
here,
to what you
when
saying.
we done, man, we can't talk to them anymore. We put a belt to their behind.
Right.
I just don't like the slapping and the punching and stuff.
I'm not punching him. I'm not slapping him.
So,
Oh my God. And this is why I have to do what I have to do. Because if I don't, then y'all will believe him.
right.
So for him to sit there and tell the police, he slapped me in my face 7, 8 times. Now you exaggerating. And he got a gun, he got weed. Ooh, you telling on me. You really just did that, son? Yeah, because you need to get in trouble. Wow.
That's what he said.
I want you to pay attention to you right now. I'm watching you flip the switch. Because you just went to sobbing and boo-hooing to your mama to now you telling on me like you gangster on this phone. And then when you get back on the phone with your mama, you trying to make slick remarks because you want me to tap you. You want me to hit you. Because the real me, I was going to wake that ass up with the belt after I saw them social media posts. But I tried to conversate with him. And I say, D'Angelo, are you having sex? No, I know you lying to me, son, because you my child. You put on the stupid face like you lying.
Well, where you gonna have sex at?
Listen, we don't know what these kids are capable of. We ain't know what the fuck we was capable of as kids.
Word.
So, anything can happen at any time. Same way we got around and did whatever we did whenever, whatever ages we were to do slick things, they can do slick things too. But the difference between now and then is they got technology. They got the internet at their disposal. They got access to everything. And that's why it's scary.
Right.
It ain't just, oh, they got TV and they got video games and we can monitor that and they might get a landline or, you know, a regular telephone or a cell phone. No, we got smartphones now. We got tablets. We got smart TVs. They can get on the internet and see any and everything at any time if there is no parental lock on a phone or a device.
Right.
And that's why I'm on his ass right now. Because I see what you're doing, son. I see exactly what you're saying. I see exactly what you're doing. I'm trying to communicate with you, but you're lying to me. Stop playing with me.
So that's when I called you and you said no, because I see what you're doing.
Exactly. I see what you're doing. That's why when you say, should I keep the phone? I see what you're doing. Keep it.
Right.
And I know you was like, what is he talking about? Because I'm watching him. Like I told you before, that's my only son. And even with my other kids to come, I'm going to be the same way. I'm going to be on their ass because I'm on the internet all the time. I have to use the internet to work. If I'm not on social media, people don't see what I can do.
Point blank.
But for my son, my 14-year-old son, to not only confirm that he shared from your page, but he shared it to everybody. So you can't...
But hold on. Share what? From who page?
He shared his post from your page, and that's when we saw it first. And at first...
About my TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a single.
Yeah, single, 14.
Now, that's the only thing he got on my page.
Right, right.
He is posting that from his Snapchat.
Right, but everything else.
I didn't see it until later, and I never deleted it.
Right, but what I'm saying is, you 14 and you putting single and GBG all day. Now, your mama might not know what that is.
No, now, come on now.
Okay, now I'm talking about the GBG, though.
Now, listen, him and these false claiming crap,
Mm-hmm.
him and Naya, they with that false claiming crap now.
Okay.
So, and he been doing that since he been at
Lula House. Right.
Since he been in that bad school. What that bad school called?
Austin. Oh no, you talking Givans.
Givans, that's what he said. That's when he started with that right there. But he came down here with that. I said, man, listen, if anybody else hear you say that, and you sitting here false claiming,
right,
you will be dead right now.
This is what I'm trying to explain to him.
You was still in the Crips. You would have been dead right now because you false claiming and you acting like a gangster and you really not.
And this is what I'm trying to explain to him. This is not who you are, so stop it. But you want to make slick comments to your daddy because you don't really think your daddy about that life neither. Stop it, son, because you don't know your daddy on that level. I promise you. And this is what's pissing me off. For my son to be combating with me like he know what's up, but then he lying to y'all like all I do is hit him. I actually trying to conversate with him. Because like I say, if I really take that belt to his ass, more than his feelings going to be hurt.
Right.
So I'm trying to communicate with him. I'm trying to just only pop him. But instead, you want to take this to a whole nother level now. You want to call the police. And you want to claim that I got a pistol and I got weed. I say the only person tell you that is Lula. She tell you to do that, right? Okay. I said, well, if Lula didn't know, I'm going to tell you. Weed is legal here, son. And my gun is registered.
Yes, they are.
So try that again. And all he can do is, yeah, that's why he be putting on the, yeah, you recorded. Yeah, you did it. Yeah. Bruh, every time you try to cut a corner on me, I got it covered.
Got it covered.
So, this is why I am trying to be cordial with you. And I'm just trying to wipe Lula off this whole map when it comes to our son. She can do whatever she wants in her world. She needs to stop conversing with my child the level she is. Because as I see...
The thing is, like, it was one time when you said that you would never ever see your grandmother again. Like, that what made him really mad. I understand that she kind of raised him to a certain extent.
Right.
But taking him all away from her, and I know she kind of messing with his mind.
Right. But
So
that's
why
what
would
has
you be
to
okay
stop.
with that?
That's got to stop.
It does.
It got to stop, because if it don't stop, our son is going to be in a way worse position. And you hear him with the negativity. You hear him with the false claiming.
There's a part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 to that conversation. That's just the end of part 1. That's just the end of part 1. I've learned sometimes it don't matter how hard you go to try to do the right thing. Some people will go even harder to do what they want or the wrong thing. You may never understand it. But the main thing I'm showcasing here, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Because some people don't care who they hurt. Because once again, it's not just about me being hurt here. My child was being dangled, used as leverage, manipulated with. She literally says it. Yeah, she is kind of messing with his mind. No, she is. It's not kinda. She is messing with his mind. You're not there, baby mama. When my son come crying to me, talk about, my granny said you wasn't coming to get me. but I knew you was coming. And I'm like, thank you for having faith in me, son. You know your daddy coming to get you. And when she's telling him, yeah, the reason why you at my house because your daddy ain't want you. What? That's not true at all. But this is what my child come back crying to me. And this is why I tell people, you're going to have to protect yourself, man. People know how to wear masks well. They know how to wear it so well. And I bring this to light because, once again, if you don't do it, who's going to do it for you? Nobody. If I don't go tell my story the right way, you know who will tell it for me? Nobody. Nobody. But what I have learned is once somebody start making a false narrative, it seems like it make other people feel like it's okay to point the finger because everybody else already pointing the finger at him, even after they confirm that what I'm saying is truth and factual and they're saying is lying. Whether it was in a court of law or it was just me sitting there explaining to them, yo, this was really going on. Here's the facts to go with it. Check it out. But then they flip right back to that narrative when it's convenient. One thing DMX said, man, you got to trust a thief to be a thief. A killer to be a killer. You know, people trust people to believe them for who they are. You know what I'm saying? If you see somebody out here tricking, a trick will be a trick. You know, people going to do what they do. And it's like, you got to expect that from them. The thing that bothers me is when people put that mask on so you don't see them coming. They come in all shapes and sizes. Because if I saw this coming, I would have moved way different. Way different. And that's why I got to put the truth out there. Because there's still young Chubb. Not adult Chubb. Young Chubb. That's still in here. That still feel like I had want to do this the right way. I had want to be the good guy. It's like, why you get so much obstacles? But then you had to learn that even at a young age, some people going to be who they are. So you learn to maneuver around that. You learn how to overcome these obstacles. But some people go so hard, they just put a whole brick wall in front of you and pull a curtain back to make sure, you thought you were going to go over there, right? Nah, we already shut that part out, bro. You can't go nowhere. It's either our way or no way. And you like, how it happened? But then you learn. If I saw this coming off, I was paying attention to that, I would have known better than to put this in their control or to give them access to that, you know, that type of thing, and start thinking and start running through your mind. And the biggest thing for me is once I started putting this puzzle together, it all came back to that person knew exactly what they was doing. So much so that was their goal from the start. It wasn't, well, he's hurt, let's see if we can nurse him back to health quick. It was, oh, he hurt, he ain't gonna be paying attention. He ain't about to know what I'm gonna be doing over here. As long as I keep him pacified enough to where he don't want to go look behind the curtains to see what really going on, I got this. I could be living nice. I could be living easy. But I mean, if you know I'm very active, you know I'm an adult looking to have my own one day, and I got a child of my own. I'm not trying to live with my family all my life. No, I don't. I like privacy. I like to have my privacy. I'm not trying to do the, as they say, the hanky-panky while my mama two doors down or she walking down the hallway. I feel like, no, we family, but at some point in time, you gotta have your own, bro. Like, no. Some people feel like that's how they want to live. More power to you. I'm not with it. To each his own. But I will continue to tell my story. Not just for my son, but for those who may need it. Because once again, I still think about all the other young Chubbs who trying to figure it out, who got that dream to try to be a good father, to be a better person than what they experienced as a child themselves. They try to present better for their own seed, and not knowing that all these obstacles that are being created in front of them are by their own blood or by their own so-called loved ones. You gotta learn how to combat that quick. And that's why I tell you, record. Protect yourself. With that being said, that's gonna be the end of today's episode of The Truth of My Son. And I just gotta reiterate it one more time. For those who may be looking for help, try to find somebody outside of your immediate circle. Go find somebody who really has no real relation to you or the people you may be trying to combat with. You got to get somebody neutral, extremely neutral. But somebody who actually has enough empathy to care about what happens to you and yours. Make sure you protect yourself. Because some people don't care who they hurt. Chubb out.